$34.99. So that's why I'm saying it's not that bad.
They used to carry EAS.
They still carry EAS, but I'm not a fan of. I'm not a fan
well,
of
I
EAS.
meant EAS, and then the other two. They used to carry the other two brands too.
I was just there.
They used to carry EAS, then they used to carry Twin Labs and something like Biotech or something, and it was another.
They got Muscle Tech there now.
Well, yeah, it was something like that.
That's the one I got. I want to see if it tastes good, but I'm starting my second cycle on March 24th, or after March 24th. So March 25th is whenever I start my second cycle. I'm gonna start bulking again. You know, I'm gonna try and pack on the pounds. I'm not trying to get the fat though. That's the thing. I'm not trying to get the fat. I'm trying to get the muscle.
Okay, stop that idiotic thinking. If you want to pack on the weight, the muscle. Packing on weight, period, is eating like a pig. You want to gain weight, you have to eat like a pig for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. You got to eat about, for your height and your size and your age, you need to be eating over 3,000 calories a day.
I don't know if I could do that.
You have to do it.
That's a lot.
That's right.
That's a lot of fat, though.
Listen to me. When I was in the best shape, and when I was married to your mom, we was working out at Gold's Gym, I was big. And you ask her, I was big. I was getting
That's
big.
what she told me.
And the only way and only reason I was getting big and kept getting big until they made me start pulling 10, 12 hours of shifts, but is because I ate like a pig. I ate for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I ate enough. It was like two grown men sitting down eating. Every breakfast, lunch, and my snacks in between, I drank a 2,500 calorie strawberry weight gain shake plus a protein shake in between breakfast, lunch, dinner. And then after dinner, before I went to bed, I drank the same thing. The strawberry weight gain shake plus the protein shake before I went to bed. No. It's a treat.
But that shit ain't cheap, though.
I know. That's why when I bought it at GNC, they had the 25-pound bag.
Holy shit, 25 pounds?
Yeah, it wasn't 25.
I was about to say
15.
25 pounds.
It was like a 10 or 15 pound bag back then.
No, they have 10 pounds of protein.
But back then it was also a lot cheaper. It was still kind of high, but it was cheaper. It was only like, for that 10, 15 pound bag of protein powder and weight gain powder, it was only like $45, $50 for both bags, tax and all. And that's what you've got to eat. Throw the rule book out where you watch your calories, you watch your fat and your carbs and.
Well,
I'm
not. I don't care. I don't care about the.
Listen, to pack on. I'm telling you the straight up truth. You want to gain your weight fast. You want to gain it quick, and then you want to get ripped and shredded and look like a chiseled brick. You've got to just take the rule book on the protein, the fats, the carbs, the sugar intake and everything. You got to take all that crap and throw it in the garbage. For 3 to 6 months, you got to eat like there's no boundaries. When you're hungry, eat. But when you eat, you have to eat. It's actually like, truthfully, it's called overeating, because you don't eat until you get full.
That's what they were saying.
Eating.
They were saying you got to eat.
You have to eat.
You have to eat more than your body requires.
Yes,
that's what they were telling me.
That's why I told you, for your age, your height, and your weight, to gain the muscle. To gain the weight fast, you got to be eating at least 3,000, maybe 4,500 calories per day. That's including your weight gain shake and your protein shake.
Well, I could do the 3,000.
No, you got to go more.
I could do that.
You got to up it. You got to up it.
Oh,
I mean, you got to up it up the wazoo. The only way I gained muscle and was getting big and just bouncing up in weight.
But it also has to do with time too.
I'm trying to tell you, you can cut this time in half. You can gain weight within 3 months. You can gain 30, 40 pounds. And then you can turn right around in 1 month time, 30 days, and rip it and shred it. Lose all your excess body fat and water weight. You can rip it and shred it.
I'm only at 10%, Dad.
I know, but I'm trying to tell you.
But that's because I'm cutting right now.
You want to see, the trick to when you're gaining weight, you're also gaining strength. Because the more weight you pack on your skeleton structure, it makes your muscles stretch, tear, grow, just like you're in the gym working out. Because every time you lift a weight, you tear your muscles from your ligaments, joints, and the muscles tear into and grow back together stronger. Well, it's the same thing when you're trying to gain weight. You've got to overdo it. You have to overeat. And that's the only way you quickly gain the weight and then within 30 days you can turn right around. After 3 months of doing that, you gain 30-40 pounds of weight. 1 month, 30 days, if you hit your diet and you hit it straight, strict 7 days a week for 30 days, you can drop all the excess water weight and the excess body fat, and you will look ripped and shredded like you've never looked before. That's how the bodybuilders do it. That's how they've always done it. They pack on, they take the rule book, and like steroid bodybuilders, when they're in off season, they're not competing. They got that roid gut? It's called a roid gut, or
definitely.
I call it a bullfrog gut.
I call them pregnant.
Yeah, because what they're doing, Matt, is they're packing on weight. They're getting more muscle, more weight to their frame, to their skeleton structure. They know that they can eat like that for 3 months. Just eat anything, greasy foods, burgers, pizza, chips, fries, chocolate shakes. I mean, everything that's off their diet list,
most of them
they can't eat. So they eat it, and the reason they eat it is why it's like a shitload of calories, protein, fat, carbs, everything, and it's actually too much, which is good because it makes you gain the mass faster. It makes you gain weight faster. Then they'll do that for about 3 months. Then they'll turn right around and you'll see them right back on their diet for 1 month. And in 1 month's time,
that's only 4 weeks. Depends.
If you hit it right for 1 month, 7 days a week, 30 days in a row for 1 month, you hit your diet straight and true and don't veer from it, no matter what you're doing at work, at school, you can lose all that extra body fat and the excess water gain and get ripped and shredded. But you've got to keep working out like you did before you started gaining the weight, and while you were gaining the weight, and while you're trying to lose it, ripping up and getting shredded.
So would you consider this the old school method?
It's a tried and true method. It's been around since the beginning of bodybuilding. Arnold Schwarzenegger's done it.
Well, you can't put Arnold into that. No, you can't put him into that because he was on steroids.
Not the whole time. And Franco Columbu, Tom Platz, they called him bullfrog legs because his legs were the biggest in the world. And he didn't even have to flex. He could just walk, and
That's nasty.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, that's cool, but
it was cool,
nasty.
but it was nasty because his legs were so big they dwarfed his upper body. And I think he actually won Mr. Olympia one time before, or while Arnold.
Oh, hey, I remember that guy that you were trying to figure out that day that had the one more Mr. Olympia title. The Myth. No, it was the Myth.
No, it ain't.
He had, he did. He had and it was Ronnie Coleman too. Ronnie Coleman had
I don't know about him, but it's somebody
I think he had 8.
It's somebody like Flex Wheeler. It's an old name like that. He won this, and then the last I remember before Dorian Yates come on and won it like 10 or 11 times. But he cheated. Yeah, he cheated and done steroids to get Mr. Olympia.
Dad, they all do steroids and on for Mr. Olympia.
I know, but anyway. It was somebody like Flex Wheeler, but that's
just a cool.
It was a black guy,
Flex Wheeler,
and he was only like 5'9", 5'10", and that dude had the perfect symmetry. I mean, he was just perfect.
It's all about genetics.
That too.
That's all it is. It's all about genetics.
That too. But he was just had that small waist and just went like a perfect V, and that's what won him Mr. Olympia like 9 years in a row, and he beat people. I mean, like, I can't remember his name, but he beat the pros like Flex Wheeler and, I mean, I can go on and on, Robbie Robinson, and just on and on and on and on and on. And these guys are pros, been doing it for umpteen years, 15, 20 years. He wiped them out of the ballpark, you know. I mean, they had good figures, body figures too, but
it's all about genetics.
When they got up there and posed, he just blew the doors off of them and Dorian Yates, that's how he won.
See, the two it came down to last year, I believe, in Mr. Olympia was Kai Green and Phil Heath. Phil Heath won just because he had better genetics. Kai Green's back was so huge though. Oh my God.
Yeah.
His back was just like a fucking mountain.
But if you're not ripped and cut proportioned enough,
trust me, these motherfuckers look like the damn statues that they give them whenever they win.
Yeah,
like those little bronze or those gold posing statues, they look exactly like the damn statues.
No, I know they're supposed to. That's how they win. But yeah, I mean it's just like I was telling you, it's a tried and true proven technique and method. In order to get ripped and shredded and to gain weight, to gain your muscle, you got to throw the rule book out and you got to eat like a pig. I mean, all this off-limit shit, like the hamburgers and greasy French fries and Doritos and Coca-Cola and, you know, all the off-limit stuff, because there's too many carbs, sugars, cholesterol, and bad shit in it that's not good for you. You got to take and just eat it.
Well, that's also if you're looking
ice cream. I'm talking, no, stuff that's high in fat content and calorie content and protein content. You got to eat it all. When you eat like eggs and bacon and biscuits and gravy.
I had about 5 eggs this morning, 5 whole eggs.
Yeah, well, see, you need to eat like I did. You need to eat like...
I can't eat 10, Dad. That's
you got to eat like, you know, 10 eggs, 10 scrambled eggs.
That's
or
so, I know, but that's
then
like...
you got to turn around, and you also got to eat the 10 scrambled eggs, but you got to eat about 2 to 3 pancakes about that big around, like I did, with butter and syrup on them, and you still got to drink your weight gain protein shake, and you still got to drink your...
Did you branch these all out at times, or did you just eat them all at once? I can't, because I have to branch mine out.
No. I trained myself to eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You have to train yourself. Your stomach's only going to hold so much.
That's what I was saying.
Now,
that's what I was saying.
Unless you're big and fat, your stomach's only going to hold so much, and then you're going to throw it up.
Like Uncle Mark's?
No, I mean, and just
Mark.
serious. I'm talking. If you're an overweight person, you can eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and never throw up. But somebody like me and you'll eat so much, and then you'll feel it coming up in your throat, and you'll throw up.
Yeah, I've had that.
Okay, that's overeating. But you have to train yourself. And I had to train myself to eat for 2 people every day, 7 days a week. I mean, breakfast, lunch, I had to force myself that food back down my throat when I was eating the scrambled eggs, the 10 scrambled eggs, the 4 pieces of butter jelly toast, the 3 pancakes with butter and syrup on them, my 2,500 calorie strawberry weight gain shake, my protein shake.
Yeah, see, that's another thing.
I had to force myself to keep it down.
That's another thing I've noticed. Weight gainers aren't like that anymore. They are not that high anymore. The best weight gainer I had, or the only one I really tried, was that Mass Tech by Muscle Tech.
Yeah.
And it only had 11, like what? Shit, what was it? 1,150 calories. That was the max.
Yeah.
That was the max.
But what you got to do, okay, on the weight gain shakes, there's only like say 1,500 calories in a 16-ounce.
Oh, you added
shake.
more, didn't you?
Yes, you have to double. If you're trying to gain your weight fast, like I did within, I think it was 3 or 4 months, I gained like 20, almost 23 pounds, almost 25 pounds.
You also had a hard time gaining, didn't you?
Yeah, you're like me.
Well, see,
you have a hard time gaining
weight.
weight.
It depends for everybody.
But the people that gain weight easily, they're the ones that just take their normal eating and go a little bit up, and they gain their weight
like
fast.
A surplus of 300 or 400 calories?
Maybe 600 to 800 calories more, and they gain their weight fast.
Yeah, now it's making
Me and
sense.
you, in other words, instead of eating 1 plate of food for them, they eat a plate and a half for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then their snack in between, they take their protein shake and they do like a weight gain powder, a weight gain shake too. And they'll gain their weight quick. People like me and you, we have to double it. It's like, I think 4 months solid, 7 days a week, I had to double my intake every day. Whether I was at work or at home, it didn't matter. I always had to drink a 16-ounce protein shake. I always had to drink a 24-ounce, I think it was a 15, I actually made it, doubled it, so it was like a 3,000 calorie strawberry weight gain shake. 24
I don't see
ounce.
how you could drink the
I had to drink that 3 times a day.
Oof.
Now,
I'm sorry, but I'd be sick of eating after that.
No, well, yes, but you got to train yourself to eat and to keep the food down, because I also worked out. When I got off work, I would go to the gym. Me and your mom pick you and your sister up. We'd go to the gym.
That's another thing. I don't do that.
We'd go to the gym, and then boom, I'd hit the weights for about an hour, hour and a half, and go home.
You go after.
I didn't have a choice. I mean,
yeah, I know. You had to go in really early, but
no, we worked night shifts.
Yeah,
so
I know. That's what I was saying. But
we had to go.
See, me, it's different. You know, I get out of school and then I go.
That's
home,
okay.
And then I go to the gym and then I go to work.
That's fine. That doesn't matter. As long as you put it into your lifestyle, your schedule of life, whether it's early morning, mid-afternoon, late at night, as long as it's convenient for you, that's the main thing. And it will be effective to your muscle growth as long as you stay to your, workout routine and so on and so forth. Watch what you're eating and all that. But
that's all on part 1. Part 2 is almost here.